BNB, now we start with 1 hour chart. Okay, first of all, we refer to our analysis in my last video, and the price was exactly after, here. We mentioned still we can expect the price to drop a bit more because we mentioned maybe we can put this one in relative to one correction. If we get, we can look for buy. This is what we get. All right. That's why I mentioned if you want to buy here, we should be careful because what we get here is a sharp. This shadow. Okay. This is what we mentioned and what we get, and we get this move. To trade for this, there was no option. We did, the only way was to put our chart line here to wait for the breakout, and based on 1 hour chart there was no trade setup because we could only look for this. Maybe we put we uh, move to 15 minute. The only way, if we wanted to trade this with the breakout, this is the only option we could trade. But as I say, there was no, we didn't have really good trade setup, even we wanted to break it for this. Okay, know what we're looking for. If we want to look for buy, we're looking for this. Okay, first of all, if we move to 1 hour chart, as I mentioned, no, we're looking, there was no trade setup to trade within this range unless anyone trade based on lower time frame. And know what we're looking for. We want to see whether we can get any trade setup from here or not, this correction. And the best things is if we get one more drop before we get the trade. Okay, because we're looking for 1, 2, 3 flat. Okay, in this case, first we start the higher time frame, then we explain why we're looking for one more drop. If we move to daily chart, the only thing is we want to see this is a correction for continuation or not, and what we want the price to break the top. Okay, but we don't have anything to put here in relative to each other. Maybe these two based on forward chart will be more clear. That's why we move to forward chart, and this is what we have been looking for. If I remove this one, all right, we have been putting. That's why if you remember, if you refer to our analyzer, that's why when the price was here, I mentioned this one can turn to a deeper correction similar to what we have here, exactly what we get. And now we're putting this one in relative to this. That means we're expecting this one to continue and break the top. Okay, that's why we want to see whether we can get any trade setup from here, this correction or not. Okay, is there any possibility this one turn to one more drop before we get the move? Yes. That's why we want to see how we can trade. We cannot simply buy within this correction. Okay, now we don't have anything to discuss here. In this case, we move to 1 hour chart. As I see, we're looking for buy, but we prefer this one to give us one more drop. Why? Because if we buy right now, easily the price can drop and turn to a corrective move. Okay, if we want to trade, if we get one more drop, 3 waves, this can give us better correction. Confirmation. And it depends. Anyway, it depends on the traders, the way and the strategy they're looking for. The only things I can say right now, we want to see whether we can get any buy setup from here or not, because as we can see internally, we have 3 ways. We can put this one in relative to this as a correction for next move. This is what we can expect for one more drop. If we get one more drop with the breakout of this low, then we confirm this flat is finished. Then we can have an entry above the top, or if this one become deeper, we see whether we can get any trade setup within this range. It depends how low it can go, but if we get one more drop, having entry above this top can give us better confirmation for the next move. Okay, how about if the price continue from here? Okay, still we can have entry above the top, but we mentioned if we get one more drop can give us better confirmation. Still we can have entry above the top, but we should be aware that easily price can break the top and reverse. Okay, if they break the top and we see it's not moving, we should know how to manage. This is what I need to mention here. Rather than that, what we are looking for, we want to looking for buy, since we have the sharp move and this correction. The only thing is how deep this correction can be before we take the next trade. Okay, anyway, we just follow the chart. The chart. If I see any update, then I will share. Thanks.